I have always believed that science can. The Portal Project is an ambitious name, isn't it? I've spent my entire life trying to create opportunities to improve this world. Have you ever had the feeling that waiting for something makes you abandon everything and focus on just one thing? For example, waiting for a parcel or meeting a person who is hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. The device should open portals to any part of the world. It was my way of saying to the skeptics, here's your proof. However, they just laughed when I first presented my idea. Dean, you're missing 2 screws on your head, is a typical reaction, but in the end I was still alone. 10 years have passed. Thousands of attempting to test portal mechanism number 6791. I said, looking after making changes to the computing core, I was able to achieve stabilization. The cooling system of the core was changed. This is my last attempt. There's no. As I approached the control console, I saw startup initialization. I said as I pressed the activation button. Core temperature is stable. The average heat value is 85. Even if I don't succeed. Initiating computation, forced, looking at the middle of the, but nothing happened. And what was I hoping for? All because of my stupid pride. I wanted to prove to others, I've had enough, I whispered as I stood up from my chair. Picking up the hammer that stood nearby, I walked over to the device, holding back, hoping that this could bring me at least some positive emotions. But on the contrary, I felt only just, what an idiot I am. What's the point of all this? What am I doing? I whispered, holding back tears. The lights in the room turned on. Dean stands next. When I heard the sounds, the room was expanding rapid. Some time later, when I opened my, am I dead? I said, looking helplessly at. Before I knew it, there was, are you here? What? Don't lie. No, Hugh. Wait, please, just don't. Silently, tell me who. You're closed. Yours look. You don't have a weapon? No. My words. So you're real? No. I don't even know where I am. Looking at the it's not. I'm sorry. It's certain an elf. You look strange. Out of this. What are you? Look, I know. Well, you try. Okay, I guess I don't have a choice. As I walked, her interested. The forest around us was filled with this. Well, I've been meaning. Even though I have been deprived of my eyesight, I can magic. The magic. Mana is the. It's man. If there is no magic, no in my. Did you get? Yeah. And do you want to? I don't know. It looks like. And besides, there's nothing waiting for me. You don't have anyone? There were. That's where we're similar. My story is similar. I wouldn't. I lived an elves and I was supposed to, although but magic, it all, the stranger I said, well, I think to do such, they had their, but still, who knows if magic is in my world, is that so? By the way, I'm sorry, you can just call Dean. You don't have it, are you being, for many years, then I hope, don't worry, then I will go, haha, I still have it, everything takes time, approaching a small, Evu carefully arranged, and magic is, do you want, I don't know, I'm more interested in how, I want to explore, there are scientists, I'm surprised, in the old days, here you go, it's opening the, you must be, I'm not very, in my world, I'm sorry, you call this, here, help, looks like, this is as I take, these are there are a lot of them, and what do you, not without it, so you spend all, and no, sometimes I always have, sometimes I love to talk, that, you know after, but I've always, it's not scientific, perhaps it, that does, you've dedicated, and I wanted the same, and now I'm here, fate, I never thought, I'm glad I want to, I'd love to, then I guess we're not friends, partners, we will explore this world, magic, partners, oh, that's going to, you have plenty of, you're right, I'll make some tea, as I immerse the science, my imagination, here, I was so engrossed, the next morning, Dean, wake up, hello, you fell asleep, I'm still here, you slept so, I learned a lot, I'm glad to hear, breakfast, I used to sleep, if you want I'll take your advice, help yourself, wow, it smells so, tasting, this is delicious, what do they eat, anything, but what are, how can I, imagine wow, that, it is, why, oh, is that so, and what is your, I like sandwiches sometimes, well then when I get it, I love it, by the way, it's very, then I'm with you, but we have, okay, I'm glad to, later in the night, Dean and I, and yet what, this forest is, but the forest, and all the time, this forest, it's delicate, and what's flying, haha, no, is that so, you can't, what if we tried to catch them and they'll just go right through. I wish I could, why, I would keep, if a person, here look, Ivy with, passing by, every sec, how do you do, I release, can I do that? Try it, she said. Imagine us closing my, good for you. When I opened my eyes, I saw several, oh, you lost, so even you can, but why? People have it, but even with, really? Adaptation. In my life, humans live, but with all the, no matter how, each time, you for example, well I was just, believe me, or become, maybe so, but we're here. Are they really? They only bloom on, you can get in the right, the monoflower, but be careful. What are you going, medicine, do elves get, of course, like all, I see, I said it, do they have such strong medicine in your world? We have medicines for various diseases, but nothing that, in my world, it would be one, I think this is enough. Is it enough? We took even more than, a few days later. Really? And how did you, well it seemed like it should work. I took a handful of sand in my palm and squeezed it with all. Wow, you were able to use transformation magic? That's incredible, she said, looking at the glass ball in my hand in awe. But I still, do you remember? Well, but in your, for example, there are many cold fire. Well, that's, shoot. Anyway, I decided you have mastered, although all they lack on, and you need, the shape is, it's hard. Then keep day after, I persistently, oh, there you are, yeah. I see you, but if you, I know I have, right now I can, what kind of book? Oh, this, interesting, it records you describe I try how, human life is in my world, maybe my book. Why do you train I want to do some lenses, I'll show you. Alright then, come, Michael, creating the, now all that was, it's scary to imagine how long each new success inspired. Ivy, I did it, what? The micro what? A microscope. Here, remember, a Lumigoro, after fixing, take a look in, Ivy Sats, it's so beautiful. You can't even, now I even, oh I don't even, the thing is, the planet, but since this, even if these, it's incredible. Yes, and this, you know it's, haha, well, another peak, but for now, what are you I haven't, if you need it, I have no doubt about that. A few years later. Where are you? I've been, did you, I still can't get used to the fact that you act, well, I have, and the only, what are you working on? You once said, wait! Before I, potassium, what was it? If you want it, it's not, well, how, creating a, I know how, I don't even know if I'll live to see the time, I don't think, how, 4 years is a long time. If we can, I've been thinking about this for a long time. On the one hand, I want to give people this technology, but I'm afraid that it might not be used for very good purposes. The best, that seems, if you think maybe it, then you'll meet what you've I'll think, I'm working, by the way, not I have an idea, I'm not sure, what if, I don't know, there are several, do you think, you're the one, you're right, yeah, well then we'll go tomorrow, the next day, oh I'm tired, oh come on, I'm not, you need to, I know that, heh, listen, of course, that's what, right, you've told, and if not, many years, I hope there are no wars at least, this is the plague, they have different, these and each one, that's right, although, but also, well let's, aha, the same evening. God, I don't know. Did you say, yeah, and if, well then maybe, what do you mean? As I approached, before I could even, what was that? What it, just as I, in my mind, the crystal, well it's still, in my world, electricity, if we distribute the load on these crystals, that could work, then what are, after connect, we carefully, a few days later. I think that, are you sure? Well unless, believe me, that's true, well even, it's just, maybe if we had, by the way, you'll have, you're right, I wonder if, just in case, where did you get, I stole it, I haven't, well are you, honestly, then let's try, Dean and Ivy, the portal, the familiar, Ivy stood, the lights, the lamps that it worked, I hope it leads, I'm sure it did, look, I looked through the portal and saw my old lab, it looks like, let's go, in an instant, Ivy, do you, yeah, yes, but it's very difficult to make, what's next, yeah I know exactly, many years later. Ivy's today his sign, is it true? Yes, and is short, to be honest, that's all, you did man, I hope that in the next world, I will be able to be with you again.